Hello my friends and welcome back to my channel. Okay, so today I have June's TBR for you and I'm very excited. May was a fantastic reading month for me. I will be having my just the books that I haven't talked about already wrap up coming soon. I feel like I did a lot of wrap ups, like I did a mid-month wrap up and a weekly wrap up and vlogging of course, but I will definitely come back with a wrap-up video of the books that I haven't talked about because there are some good ones that I want to talk about. But anyway, let's get into the TBR for June. I'm hoping to continue on with these great reads that I've been finding. Just like, I feel like I'm in a great reading groove right now, both with audio and physical books, and it's just the best thing ever. So, okay, so let's talk briefly about how I did on my May TBR. So for my May TBR, I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I had 10 books on my May TBR, and I think I have 11 this time, only because I wanted to include more because I'm so excited to read these books. So for the 10 books that I had on my May TBR, I read 6 of them, which is pretty dang good. And I also DNF'd one because I hated it. I've already talked about that. So, I mean, that's not bad, right? 7. One of them, was one that Autumn and I were going to buddy read. We were going to buddy read Emma, but she was kind of feeling slumpy, and I was like, let's not start a classic when you're feeling slumpy. Let's wait. So we are going to buddy read that at a future point. I'm just not sure when. So, all right, June TBR. So I have one arc that I definitely need to read that I'm very, very excited about, that I may already have started by the time this video goes up, and it is Remember Me by Mary Bellog. This is Mary Bellog's second book in her new series that came out last year, and I loved the book from last year. What was it called? Remember Love, I think? Yeah, Remember Love. I adored that book. I thought it was a great start to a new series, and I've been very excited to get to this one. So this book comes out, I believe, June 20th, so I will have my review up by then for sure. And then there are 2 new releases in June that I'm really excited about. One is Ali Hazelwood's new book, Love Theoretically. I just like Ali Hazelwood. I think her books are fun. They're very easy to read. She has a really great way of just getting me swept up in the story, and honestly, that's kind of a rare thing for me because I have issues with a lot of things. Anyway, I'm excited about that one. I have no idea what it's about, but I've really enjoyed every Ali Hazelwood that I've read so far, so I'm hoping to enjoy that one as well. And then another new release. So the next one, this new release, I'm nervous about. It's Reckless by Elsie Silver. I requested an arc of Powerless, and I did not like that book at all. I was actually pretty disappointed with that, and I think I was one of the few people who was. So I've been very hesitant for her next book because I know the couple that this features, and I really, really hope that she gets it in a way that is satisfying for me. But I'm also just really excited because Elsie Silver hasn't always been a knock it out of the park author for me. There are, Heartless I thought was incredible, but some of her books haven't been perfect for me personally. I still think she's a solid author. But Powerless has made me a little bit gun-shy, so I didn't even request an arc for Reckless. I know a lot of my friends have already gotten it and reviewed it. I am very nervous about it, so even if you've read it and you've loved it, don't tell me about it, because I don't want to be overhyped for this book. Please don't tell me about it. I'm sorry if that's being very weird, but I am nervous about this one, not gonna lie. I haven't seen a single negative review. Well, that's not entirely true. Okay, anyway, moving on. Okay, so the next book that I want to read is That Time I Got Drunk and Saved a Demon. This book was picked for me for my 12 Friends Pick 12 Reads for the year, so I'm very excited. I feel like there's also a lot of hype around this one, and that makes me a little nervous. I feel like everybody loves it. I think it may be kind of cozy fantasy romance. I don't know, but I am excited about it. And I have the audio, so I'm going to read that one. Now, getting into other books that I have that I just want to read. I have some of them physically here. So, it was my birthday in May, and I got some really great books from some really great friends, and one of them was The Last Hellion by Loretta Chase, which I really, really, really want to read. This was sent to me by Monica. Thank you so much, Monica. I can't wait to read this. This is definitely a priority for me for June. And another book that I really want to read in June, I actually bought this one myself. This one wasn't a gift, but I think the cover is so stunning, and I've heard really good things about this book from Mari from My Name is Marina. She really likes this. It's a little bit magical, a little bit historical, a little bit romantic. I'm not sure if it's a full-on romance. I don't 100% know. It's published by Tor, so I think it's more fantasy than romance, but I'm very excited about it. I have high hopes for this one. I also have the audio for this, so I can get to that one. Now, I did my reread of Mistborn, and I have decided to switch my rereads to this other series because I love this series probably more than the original Mistborn trilogy. And the fourth, well, sort of like a spin-off book comes out in September, and the author is doing a read-along for this. So I love V.E. Schwab. She's one of my favorite authors of all time. I just adore pretty much everything she has written. I think she's fantastic. This is one of my favorite fantasy series, adult fantasy series. This is the new cover, which I bought so I could like tab up. I've already started reading this. But A Darker Shade of Magic is like a portal adult fantasy. There are a couple of romantic subplots in there, but it's really about these 4 different Londons, 4 different worlds, and the magicians, the Antari, who can travel between them through like blood magic. And one world doesn't have any magic at all, and so they're always kind of like yearning for the worlds that do have magic, and one world is full of healthy magic. And then there is Black London, which is like nobody goes to, the door to that is closed because evilness happened there. So I just really, really love this series. I think it's a really interesting concept, but something that I particularly like fantasy books to do is to explore human nature through a fantasy type of setting, and I think that V.E. Schwab does that really well here. I love her characters. So I've started rereading this because the author herself is hosting a read-along over the summer. She has a YouTube channel and she's doing discussion videos like every week, and I really wanted to participate in that. I missed the first one because I wanted to read other things, but I'm on board with it. So this is going to be read in June and possibly the second book. I'm not sure how far the read-along is going, but it kind of, when I was reading this, it kind of occurred to me, this is maybe more appropriate for a vlog, but I'm going to tell you, so you may hear me say it in future videos. But I think that something that I am very aware of right now that I think I've always known, but I haven't been able to like put words to it, is I think that for me, I'm most interested, what I get the most happiness out of when I'm reading my books is by figuring out what the author is trying to say rather than what's happening in the story. So a lot of times if I get the author's message without it being like hammered home to me, because I freaking hate that, but if I can pick up what the author is trying to say through these characters, like what's her intent, why is she or he or they telling this story, that just like makes me so freaking happy. And I really, really love what V.E. Schwab is saying through this series. That's in general something that interests me more than just plot things. So I think that is more evidence to the fact that I'm definitely a character-driven reader. I'm more interested in human nature and humans being humans and making mistakes and making bad choices or making good choices. I just love that so freaking much, and I think this series is a great example of that. So I'm so happy to be rereading this. I haven't read this series in like 5 years. And I'm just having a great time. Okay, so now this book, I'm very excited about. This was also gifted to me for my birthday, which I thought was just so incredibly sweet. This was given to me by Jess from Honest Fiction. She's a sweetheart. We did a collaboration vlog earlier this year. This is Chloe Lisa's latest indie romance. I don't know a ton about this. The thing about me that is also kind of weird is if I know I love an author's writing, I don't really want to know a lot about the plot. I don't want to know people's opinions. I kind of want to try and just go into it as blind as possible. And I know I like Chloe Lisa's writing. Her writing is solid for me. I have really loved a lot of her books, so I am excited about this one. It says Fake Friends, Real Benefits, Bergman sister. I'm so excited about this, so thank you, Jess, for sending me this one. And then, okay, so then I have 2 other books. One of them is an audiobook that I have that I was going to read last year and just didn't get to it because it was one of the Goodreads Choice Awards finalists, or it was in the picking there at the end, and it is Delilah Green Doesn't Care. This is a sapphic romance. I've literally heard nothing. Well, that's not true. I've heard a few critical reviews of this, but overall I feel like most people really love this. It's very, very well received, and I'm very excited. I've never read this author before, and I feel like a sapphic romance would be a wonderful thing to read in June, or just right now, or in general, or anyway, I'm excited about this one. Can't wait to give it a go. Okay, so now this next one is a Kindle Unlimited book that I just recently downloaded. I heard about this a while ago. I think the author was doing a great job of like teasing this before it was published. It's fairly new. It came out this spring. It is Insta Love by Danielle Allen. So the only thing I really know about this is that it's like a reality show setting where these two are sort of in this reality show and they fall in love. I don't even know. It's called Insta Love. The cover's stunning, and this is another new to me author that I've been wanting to read for a long time, so excited about that one. And then the final book on my June TBR is this beautiful fantasy book, The Children of Gods and Fighting Men. This was gifted to me by Polly. Thank you so much, Polly, for this. She also sent this to me for my birthday. And I think this is a absolutely stunning book, and I can't wait to read it. And I'm very interested in this because I love fantasy books that center around like Celtic or Irish mythology, and that's exactly what this is. It's sort of like a historical fiction meets Irish mythology. Maybe in a similar, I don't know that the writing is similar at all, but you know, that's what Juliette Marillier's books typically are. Some of them are Norwegian and things like that, or Scandinavian. But I'm very excited about this. I think that this has two women who are kind of the main characters in this. So I'm very excited about this. I hope it's great. Polly said she loved it, and we tend to have similar tastes, and I really respect her opinions about books, so I'm excited about that one. Alrighty. There you have it. Those are the books I want to read in June. If you have made it this far, thank you for watching, and if you would like to leave me an emoji to let me know you were here, how about you leave me a, I don't know, what's a good one for June? Like a popsicle, but there's probably not a popsicle. Just leave me, a horse emoji. Let's just always default to horses around here. Okay, thank you so much for watching, my friends. I'll see you on my next video.